I'm Shiva.
I'm Sandy.
And this is
Our Relaxing Hobby. Today we're going to talk about ropefish.
We're talking about ropefish.
Okay, I don't know a whole lot about ropefish, but I think they're pretty, so I'm going to kind of let Shiva talk a little bit about those, and I might interject some cute stories if I think of any while we're talking of your crazy fish.
Yeah, she just doesn't want ropefish because they can be a problem to have.
You need to clarify that a little bit. They can be a problem to have. That's not what she meant.
No,
sort of.
They can be troublesome.
Okay.
Yeah, they can be.
They can't air breathe up to.
Oh gosh, I've heard anywhere from like an hour to several hours.
Right. So if they escape the tank,
which they will try.
Right. They can live wandering around your house for quite a while, and God forbid somebody think they're real snakes.
Yeah. Yeah. They are also known as lungfish because they do have like some very primitive lungs, so they can actually survive out of water for a long period of time. They are my favorite tropical fish. And they look
like snakes, not even the word for you.
They do. They look like eels.
Yeah.
The first time I had ropefish, I didn't know much about them.
I heard this story.
Yeah, this was before the internet. When
Pre-internet days, those happened?
Yes.
Shh, you're aging yourself. Go ahead.
I know.
Just kidding.
Kids, there was once a time where we didn't have the internet and we didn't have Google.
Never.
And it was really hard to find books on ropefish, and I had just started seeing them in the pet store, so I thought, okay, this look cool. I'm gonna get a couple of those.
These are like floating snakes.
Yes, they were. So I got some, and I was frequently seeing one of them getting out of the tank and walking across my living room.
I think we should catch one and let them.
No.
Sorry.
No.
She's afraid. She's scared.
It's not that I'm afraid. It's they're slippery, and it's a big problem to lower the tank and everything. We do have some footage of Gareth playing with them, though, so we'll be able to
Well, they are carnivorous, but yours seem to be just friendly.
Well, yeah, they are carnivorous, but they're not aggressive.
Okay. I'm not touching them. Go ahead.
Okay, ropefish, as we said, are carnivorous. They have a special diet. They will eat mealworms, they'll eat bloodworms, they'll eat shrimp, they'll eat tadpoles.
They like tadpoles, I've seen that.
If you put them in a tank with like tiny little fish like neons, they will eat those too.
If they can get them in their mouth, because it's basically whatever they can fit.
Basically anything they can get into their mouths that's alive, they're going to go after.
Okay.
You can teach them to eat flakes, or at least I've heard you have, but I don't recommend that because it's not really.
I can't imagine it's good for their.
Yeah, it's not their diet.
Right. And they are always wild caught.
Yes.
That was another thing we were going to discuss a little bit, I remember.
Right. Ropefish are, anytime you see them in the pet stores, they are 100% wild caught. It is almost impossible to breed them, which is, of course, why I'm trying. But they're always wild caught, so you never know how old your ropefish is going to be. We just recently lost our biggest one, which I'm assuming might have been anywhere from 10 to 15 years old. They can live up there. They can get up to 15 years old, maybe older. Nobody knows for sure. Ropefish are a bit of a mystery.
There's not a lot of information. I was looking a little bit on Google trying to find a little bit about them, and there's not a whole lot of everybody's kind of contradicts themselves because they don't know.
Yeah.
So Shiva's, of course, experimenting, and we're going to let you know what we find out.
Yeah.
Because she'll probably have 4,000 babies with our luck.
I'm hoping.
It's this house.
Believe me, our local pet store is really hoping that I have 4,000 babies.
Yes, they are.
Yes, I've got some pet stores that are like, kind of, cheering me on. Go fish, go fish, go fish. Because if anybody's going to be able to breed these, they think it's going to be me. One thing about ropefish is that they are notorious escape artists, which is why they're considered intermediate fish. You really kind of have to know what you're doing to keep a lot of them. Wish I would have known this, the first time I had fish.
Right. I still wish I would have seen one walking across the floor. Of course, I probably would have tried to kill it because I'm not a really big fan of snakes. So
they're not snakes.
They look like snakes.
They're adorable. They've got cute little faces and cute little noses, and they can actually be friendly. All right, we're going to start with that. We're going to start with that aspect on the friendliness.
Okay.
Most people who have ropefish complain about how they never see them because they are, generally nocturnal And they generally like hiding in caves. You want to set up your tank so you have plenty of hiding holes because that's what they do naturally. They hide.
Right.
They're very, very non-aggressive.
Right.
You know,
They will fight if they have to, but they do prefer the flight or
I
hide.
have never seen ropefish fight.
I mean, I had my hand in there the one day moving things around, and they just kind of swam around and ignored me.
Yeah.
So it's not like they came after me.
Well, a lot of the times people put their hands in the cage and they go run and hide and they never see them. In fact, a lot of people that talk to who have had ropefish are like, the only time I ever see my ropefish is when I feed them. Well, being me,
then they're Shiva.
my attitude is when I started up with ropefish again, I thought, okay, I know that they're escape artists, so I want to be able to pick them up and put them back in the tank without them stressing too much. So I started playing with them, with my hand. Every time I do a water change, the water level goes down. I take out some of the toys and I play with them. Mine are extremely friendly now. You put your hand in the cage and they'll come up and give you a hug.
Yeah. They didn't actually do that for me, but it was a while back. It was when you only had the two, and they just kind of swam around and ignored me. But they didn't try to get me. They didn't try to escape, which was my biggest fear, is because, she has a whole special made lid so that they hopefully can't get out of it. If they really wanted to, they could.
They could if they really wanted to.
But they'd have to, you did put a special lid on there for a while.
Yeah, I had the glass lid on for a while, but now that I have them in a much larger tank, all I do is I keep the water at half level. They can't get up the side.
Right. In theory, they can't get up the side, but I've seen them come pretty far out of that water. If they really wanted to get out the side, they could.
If they really, really wanted to.
Yeah, but they like their home because she feeds them a lot. And a lot of varied diet.
Yeah.
And you play with them, and they have interaction with there's other ropefish in there, so they're not lonely.
Yeah,
they're not bored.
Yeah, we've got 4 in there right now. We've got 2 males, 2 females, and I'll tell you in a little bit how to tell them apart. But the whole thing about ropefish is if they are trying really hard to escape, there's probably a reason for it.
Right.
I've heard of people who are constantly having to put their ropefish back in the tank because of constant escapes. With the ones I have right now, I've not had a single escape.
They haven't even tried.
They have not even tried. The only time I've ever had any problem was when I was moving one of them. I was moving Medusa, and I put her in a pitcher. And I turned my back for 2 seconds to go grab another one, and I turned around and she was already halfway out of the pitcher getting ready to leave because she didn't want to be in the cramped space. I don't blame her. I would have tried to escape that too.
Right.
But as far as the tank is concerned, they've got plenty of plants, they've got plenty of other fish, they've got plenty of food.
Which we'll show you all this. We'll show you what they live in now and how she has it in half.
And basically I tried to create an environment that would make them very happy. Mine are dancing fools. They dance all the time.
Oh, that's another thing you wanted to talk about. You want to talk about the dancing. Okay.
Yeah. But if you have happy ropefish, they're not going to be wanting to, leave, because usually if the animal's trying to leave their environment, it's either because the environment sucks or they want food. And as long as you have a healthy environment for them, something nice, calm, and not stressful, and feed them plenty, I haven't had any problems. I do have a few precautions in mind, and I'll show you. I keep the water level down, just in case.
Just in case. They aren't stupid at all. They're very intelligent fish, actually.
They are very intelligent.
They're much more intelligent than some other fish I've seen.
Oh yeah.
You can see that they're thinking. And 3 out of 4 are good. 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4 are good hunters.
The girls are good.
The girls are great hunters.
The boys need work.
Yeah, one of the boys needs lots of work, but that's okay.
Your mind in there.
Yeah, he doesn't hunt. You have to literally drop the food in front of his face, and then even sometimes then he doesn't realize it's for him.
Yeah, I've literally seen a tadpole sit on his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I named all of my ropefish after sea serpents in mythology. So we have Yermungandr, we have Tiamat, we have Basilisk, and we also have Medusa. Yeah, we did have Quetzalcoatl, but he died recently. He was huge, but
he was the biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably between 12 and 15 years old too. So, as far as anybody can tell, ropefish live to be about 15 years old. They might live longer, but that's just the longest that somebody's had one in captivity. So.
And how long have you had the 2 old? The 2 that you got first were very small when you first got them.
Right.
And that was
they're about 3 years.
3 years ago. So they're at least a minimum of 4. Yeah, minimum of 4. So we don't know exactly how old, but.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's because they're always wild caught. You don't know exactly how old. Now, when it comes to their environment, they like big bushy plants. That's their natural breeding habit, is they hang out in big bushy plants, and that's where they generally lay their eggs and do their mating things. So in order to recreate that, I keep big bushy plants in there. They love playing in them, and then they love to dance. Now dancing is actually mating behavior.
But it's really cool to watch.
It's amazing to watch,
Yeah.
and they're just little dancing fools. And we've even had it where we've had some other fish in there who picked up on it and danced like Boo.
Yeah,
Our Shibuya.
yeah. Her Shibukan goldfish danced with the ropefish. It was hysterical to watch.
Yeah, we do.
Do we have that on video? Okay.
Yes, we have tape of that.
All right.
Doing the ropefish dance with them. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But mine dance all the time. They're out dancing around. They're out checking things out.
Yeah.
So
As a matter of fact, now I see three of them swimming around now.
yeah. So I'm very happy that mine are very friendly.
Hers are very confused about nocturnal. Because it's not
they didn't
nighttime.
know. They know we're out here and they're hoping for food.
Right, they're hoping she gives them some tadpoles. She actually literally has tanks outside that literally just for tadpoles that she can catch and grow so she can feed her ropefish live
Yeah.
tadpoles.
Yeah.
They're very spoiled,
They are, but we
Happy.
see them all the time.
but they're happy.
Yeah, so we see them dancing all the time. We keep hoping for babies, but it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, fingers
Never know,
crossed.
never know.
But basically, when you set up a ropefish tank, you want to make sure that they've got lots of big bushy plants because they will love training those. You need to have lots of hidey holes
Yeah.
because they will,
They like to sleep in caves and things.
Right.
Yeah.
They are also social animals. If you have just one, they're not going to be very happy. So you want to have more than one. I started with 2 and then ended up getting 3 more, and then
You were supposed to get 2 more or 1 more? You were going to get 1 more and then...
Well, I was
or
gonna
no,
get-
you were going to get 2 more, but you couldn't leave the other one by itself. Because,
Right.
Yeah, okay, never
yeah,
mind.
I've seen.
Silly me.
Yeah. Well, I ended up with 3 more because I went to a pet store and they were just treating them awful.
They weren't treating them awful, they just didn't know how to treat them. So they were treating them like regular fish. They just had them in a tank with too small tank with nothing in it, no plants, anything. There was nothing in it.
Nothing in it, and aggressive little fish. That
And there were aggressive little fish that were picking on them, so she couldn't leave them in there. I was there that day. I
Yeah,
remember,
yeah.
We were like, nope, can't do that, so we took all 3. She was the champion.
Yeah, but ropefish are actually really wonderful fish. You do have to watch out for the escaping. Most people will use the glass tops, and we'll be able to show them what the glass tops look like because
Right, you have some
used to
of
have
them.
them.
Yeah.
And then, I trust mine enough, but I've had them around long enough that I know.
And we know
that
they're happy?
Yeah, we know they're happy, and I've never seen them escape, so that's why I have my setup, which we'll show you my setup. But they are very interesting animals. Whenever people come over and see them, everybody thinks they're eels.
Okay, so we're gonna show you a little bit about the tank, and hope you enjoy.
And you'll get to meet my little sea monsters.
Have a good day.